main objective of the program actually is to recognize and reward individuals that have contributed to the development of Islamic religion and the enlightenment of Muslims all over the world. In addition to that, it is to foster unity among Muslims from different parts of the world. This year, for example, about 3,300 Muslims were invited from all over the world, out of which 30 were invited from Nigeria alone. You have seen that we have nationalities from many countries, as far as Australia, New Zealand, America, and so on. By interacting among themselves, one of the objectives of the program is to foster unity. I think it's a development that is quite commendable. During the course of the program, one has met so many people from many countries with many different views. And I think it's something that it's a program that should continue, that should be encouraged. Well, in my view, the organization is very superb. Because when you are dealing with over 2,000 or 3,000 people, it's not easy. You need to think of transportation, logistics, movement, and accommodation. Incidentally, I've been coming to Saudi Arabia for Umrah or Hajj exercises for quite a long time. You are talking of something that started in maybe 1990. And as for Umrah, I've done more than 20 or 25 by now. When you talk of the organization, the way they have hosted us in Mina, Muzdalifah, and Arafat, I've never experienced that type of convenience. It's the organization is very, very good. There may be some itches here and there, but that's not unexpected in this type of situation. All in all, I rate them very high. Well, that is a very difficult question because since we came, we have seen part of the airport in Jeddah, we have seen part of Mecca, we have seen part of Medina. Because of the activities that we are participating in, we've not been able to see more areas. So it's going to be very, very difficult to answer. Having said that, I think that we can also reach there. Remember that the peculiar situation of Nigeria is different from that of Saudi Arabia. In Nigeria, for example, we are over 200 million people that the government needs to cater for. Over here in Saudi Arabia, they are very, very, very few. I must give it to them, however, that they are well organized and the people are also very orderly. When I will advise the government to also be more organized in Nigeria within our limited resources, I also appeal to the people themselves to be orderly. I know that whatever we do here, we are going to leave them here. And whatever good that you do here, you get your reward in heaven. If you believe in the world hereafter, and if you believe that whatever you gather in this world, you are not carrying them to heaven. The only thing that you carry to heaven will be your good deeds. Then you should be motivated to be doing more and more. That is what is motivating me. And of course, as a human being, I don't normally like seeing a fellow human being suffering. So what is motivating me is, number one, the reward that I'm expecting in heaven, and number two, the need to make other people happy. Well, remember that we have been on this issue for a very long time. Some people have been there for the past 2 or 3 decades. We just got another set of government who have started resetting it, if I may use the word resetting. They started from removing some subsidies. They started from floating the naira. Though whenever you want to do this type of thing, it will first come with hardship. It's not unexpected. Okay, but even if you as a Muslim, if you want to be a little bit religious or philosophical, in the Quran it is said that innama al-usri yusra wa innama al-usri yusra. For every hardship will come the relief. Okay, so I believe that all the perceived suffering now is building a foundation for a bigger relief that will come to Nigerians in the nearest future. So this particular government has started resetting the economy. Let us keep on assisting them and let us keep on praying that they succeed. I'm surprised that you said as a country, as a government, you didn't mention as individuals. We cannot leave everything to government. There's a limit to what government can do. So if government is doing its own on one part, individuals also should be contributing. Everybody has a role to play. For example, even if the government has provided all the schools in this world and people refuse to go, what are you going to benefit from it? So I believe that number one, the government should increase the budgetary allocation to education. And in my opinion, after increasing the budgetary allocation to education, they should be monitoring how the stakeholders in education are actually utilizing those budgetary allocations. And we, the other stakeholders, we should also try to assist as much as possible. So it's a very wide question that you have asked. If you have limited it to a particular sector in time, in education we have many sectors. We have primary, secondary, tertiary, and things like that. It will have been a little bit easier to answer. But I believe that government should take education more more seriously as a business venture. In overseas, the participation of government in education is limited to policy formulations. As to the finance, is done by organizations and individuals. Maybe we should also try to do that in Nigeria by limiting the involvement of government in financing education. Okay, if we are running educational organizations as money-making business, definitely it will be the waste will be reduced, and there will be a lot of improvement. If the president in Nigeria invites you to come and greet him or to visit him, where they are going to put you will be definitely different from where they will put people that are just passing by or people or other country people. We are guests of the king. So don't be surprised that they have given us a sort of preferential treatment in terms of location where we stay in Jamrat, which is about 5 minutes to where we are going to throw the stone, while others will trek as much as 1 hour, 2 hours. When you look at the accommodation in Arafah and Mina, we are a little bit more comfortable. Look at the feeding arrangements. The feeding that we have been subjected to at Arafah and Mina are even better than the feeding that we are expressing in the hotels in both Mecca and Medina. That is just because we are the guests of the custodian of the Two Holy Mosques. Having said that, I must say that the arrangement has been very, very commendable. If you have been here in the last 10 years, 20 years, you understand what I'm talking about. There has been a lot of improvement. A lot of improvement. It's unfortunate that there are some natural phenomena that came in to play in this particular Hajj, particularly the weather. So hot. We are talking of an average of 45 degrees centigrade. In Nigeria, we are used to 23, 24, 25 and things like that. And most of other countries also are not used to this type of very, very harsh climate. That's a natural thing that the government can do nothing about it. But what they have even done is that wherever in areas that they expected a lot of crowds, like in Arafah, like Muna, and like in the two mosques, you can see the effort they are putting in terms of making the place to be very cool, air conditioners, and water sprinkling machines all over the place. They have tried, but in this type of situation, there's no way everything can be 100% perfect. We lost some pilgrims, particularly from Nigeria and other parts of the world. It's because of the exhaustion from the heat. And when you are talking of crowd, about 2 million gathering in the same place, even if there's no serious weather condition, some people will still be suffocated and things like that. We only pray for the God to grant those that departed us during this Hajj, at the end of Firdaus, as we used to say in Islam.
Thank you so
Thanks so
much.
much.